Most companies don't fail because they're wrong. They fail because they panic. Netflix didn't build an empire by moving faster. They built it by staying calm while everyone else chased hype. To understand Netflix, we have to go back to a time when Blockbuster ruled everything. Thousands of stores, bright lights, endless shelves. Friday nights meant long lines, late fees, and limited choices. Blockbuster wasn't just a company. It was a habit, a routine, a system everyone accepted. And behind it all, there was one simple belief. The bigger you are, the safer you become. Blockbuster didn't fail because they were stupid. They failed because they were confident. Too confident. Their entire business was built on late fees, punishing customers for being human. When customers complained, Blockbuster didn't listen. They optimized the pain. More stores, more inventory, more control. And when streaming appeared, they laughed because from their view, the system was working. What they couldn't see was the trap. Success had made them slow. Netflix didn't win because they moved first. They won because they knew when not to move. Inside Netflix there was tension. Engineers saw the future. Investors wanted growth. And the market wanted answers. Streaming was coming, but the technology was not ready. Bandwidth was expensive. User behavior was unclear. And moving too early could destroy the company. So Netflix chose patience, not passive patience, active patience. While Blockbuster expanded stores, Netflix expanded understanding. They listened to behavior, not opinions. They studied late returns, weekend spikes, repeated rentals, small signals that looked boring. But boring data tells the truth. People said they liked choices, but their actions showed something else. They wanted convenience. They wanted no punishment. They wanted freedom. Netflix saw this and felt the risk. Every month of waiting looked like hesitation. Investors asked questions. Competitors mocked them. And internally, there was doubt. But instead of betting big, they built quietly. Recommendation systems, distribution logistics, data feedback loops, everything designed to reduce uncertainty. This was not prediction. This was preparation. So when technology caught up, Netflix didn't rush. They transitioned, calm, ready. Because the real advantage was never speed. It was optionality. The ability to move when others had no choice. Most people think success comes from moving faster, from pushing harder, from making louder moves than everyone else, but history keeps telling us a different story. The companies that last are not the ones who react the fastest, they are the ones who stay calm the longest. Blockbuster had size, Netflix had patience, one expanded stores, the other expanded understanding. And that difference matters more than talent, more than money, more than timing. Because when you stay calm, you don't just see opportunities, you create space to prepare for them. Netflix didn't predict the future perfectly. They reduced uncertainty step by step, small decisions. Quiet experiments, systems built long before they were needed. While others chased headlines, Netflix chased clarity. And when the world finally changed, they weren't surprised. They were ready. That's the real lesson here. Empires aren't built by panic. They're built by people who can think clearly when everyone else is rushing. Not hype, not noise, not speed, preparation. Most people believe that success comes from doing more effort, more hours, more intelligence. But when you study real, long-lasting businesses, you see something counterintuitive. Take companies like Costco. They intentionally choose lower margins. They limit product variety. They even cap executive compensation. On the surface, this looks inefficient, almost lazy, but in reality, it creates something far more powerful: trust. While competitors chase short-term profit, Costco compounds loyalty, scale, and pricing power over decades. The lesson is not about retail, it's about restraint, the ability to resist obvious moves, to endure boredom, to stay consistent when results look slow. This is why patience often beats brilliance, and why those who look calm usually have the deepest advantage. Let's pause for a moment and bring everything into focus. What you've seen in this video is not a collection of tactics. It's a way of thinking. At the beginning, we challenged the idea that growth comes from dramatic breakthroughs, because in reality, most enduring empires were not built by doing extraordinary things once, but by doing ordinary things slightly better over very long periods of time. We explored how small advantages feel insignificant in the beginning. So insignificant, in fact, that most people ignore them. Not because they are lazy, but because the human mind is not wired to respect slow progress. Then we examine the mechanics behind compounding, why improvement only matters when applied to the right leverage point, why consistency quietly outperforms intensity, and why systems protect progress when motivation inevitably fades. This is where most people misunderstand success. They assume progress should feel exciting, they expect visible confirmation early, but compounding doesn't reward excitement, it rewards endurance. For a long time, nothing seems to happen. The effort is real, but the results are invisible, and that invisible phase is where the separation occurs. Because while most people abandon the process in search of something faster, a small minority continues to refine, protect, and repeat, not because they are smarter, but because they are comfortable operating without immediate feedback. This is the uncomfortable truth. The real advantage is not intelligence, it's the ability to stay committed while progress remains silent. And by the time results finally become obvious, the gap is already too wide to close. If this way of thinking resonates with you, you're not alone. This channel isn't about chasing trends. It's about understanding how real empires are built, quietly, calmly, one clear decision at a time. If you want to keep learning how patience, clarity, and emotional discipline turn into real leverage, consider subscribing. New videos here won't promise shortcuts, but they will help you think better in a noisy world. And that skill is what separates those who react from those who build. I'll see you in the next one.